Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is David Pinto. They also call me TipsWithDav. Today is a Monday, so we're going to be looking at my Legion secrets. Guys, this is my strategy that I've been using for the last 2.5 years. But more than anything else, today I'm going to cover the myths of using this strategy. Over the last 2 years, unlike many other people on YouTube who have done brilliant case studies with regards to my Legion secret. So they basically done my Legion secret case study on ClickBank and Warrior Plus and different kinds of case studies out there. And some of them are even continuing till this day. But I took a different route to explaining my journey. I do the same thing as those case studies. It's not like we do anything else when it comes to using this tool as my Legion secret. But a lot of the times people are focusing on the task and the process, and I'm focusing on the content. So I hope this is clear. I'm focusing on the content because I think a daily task you can talk about once, twice, and that's it. Maybe you talk about it on a daily basis, but I really specifically try to speak about the content. So what mattered to me more than anything else with my Legion secret was the fact one of the reasons why I personally got started with my Legion secret is because it solved two problems. Regardless if it got me results or not, I want you guys to think as a marketer. And as a marketer, this is how I personally think. I've had my successes, I've had my failures online. Okay, everything has not been sunshine and rainbows. I have had my successes and failures, but when I realized what is the core two skill sets when it comes to marketing. One is learning how to advertise, because I need to get out there and make sure that that machine is running for itself. That's the first thing. The second thing when it comes to my Legion secret is that it is solving also the problem for copywriting, for conversion. Okay, it is solving the problem. Why do I say that it solves the problem? One is because it's giving me 100 to 200 business opportunity leads, co-registration. Yes, they're not the highest quality leads. Yes, they might be shared with other people. Yes, they have their own faults. Everything is not perfect, guys. But I know that they're sharing these leads with me, and they are also tier 1 leads. Okay, so already these leads are better quality than tier 3 country leads, for example, or tier 2 country leads also. And therefore it makes sense for me to actually work on these leads that are tier 1 country. So what are the two things that it's solving for me personally? One is it's saving me time, because I don't have to go out there and generate those 100 to 200 leads. So it's saving me time. It's giving me it's solving the problem of advertising, because it's giving me those advertising leads. So that's the first thing. The second thing is related to copy. It's copywriting. You need a space to practice your copywriting. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to be making mistakes. We can leverage AI for copywriting, for email marketing, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean that you're always going to hit the nail on the head every single time. So it's also, I looked at it as a playground. Regardless if I made any sales or not, I looked at it as a playground for me to test my email marketing, see how I can get conversions, how do I talk to audience, to my audience, and so on and so forth. Because the business opportunity niche is my niche. And at the same time, it is also filled with struggling marketers, which is again a little bit more tailor-made for myself personally, and I can resonate to them because of it. Okay, that's how I looked at it. Regardless, again, I'm saying this, regardless if I made any commissions or not. Now, that being said, I want to lead on to show you guys the proof. One of the first myths that my Legion secret doesn't work. Well, let me show you guys this. Okay, whatever the background is, I am using a source. I am tracking the sources that I'm sharing my traffic with, and just on Warrior Plus itself, since I started using this strategy, you can see right here I put it as all time, so that it's all time Warrior Plus, but I put a tracking code of my Legion secret, and I'll put search so you guys can see it's live. I've earned $7,700 in commissions just with this strategy of my Legion secret. So regardless whether somebody tells me, hey, these are good leads, bad leads, yes, they're not the best quality leads, but I have been applying my strategy, and I've been sending out emails and improving those emails. I'm using it as a playground, and I'm making about 3 to 5 consistent sales every single week, out of which low ticket sales, out of which I've made around already $7,000 and $7,700 in commissions just from using this one strategy. So I hope you guys understand that the myth when somebody tells me, oh, my Legion secret is XYZ, whatever it is, and I would have made 10 times the amount with the same amount of leads. Okay, great. But don't tell me that it doesn't work, because otherwise I would not have got these commissions, which I'm actually tracking and I'm seeing. So for example, on the 10th of June, I made 1 sale. On the 11th of June, I made 1 sale. On the 6th of June, I made 1 sale. On the 4th of June, I made 2 sales. Okay, so I can see very, very clearly actually on the 11th of the 11th I made one sale. On the 10th I made another sale. This is cool. It's like kind of one after the other. I made sales there, even though it was both on the 11th. But you can see very clearly that I am tracking them so that I can see whether these are the leads of what is where it's converting more than anything else. So 7,000 in commissions there, and another 1,500 here. So you tell me, 1,500 plus 7,700 is already, if I'm not mistaken, almost $9,000 in commissions just with ClickBank and Warrior Plus. And both of these I've been tracking. The source is MLGS. So the first, let's say, myth, whether this works or doesn't work, well, it does. Okay, it really does. Now the second myth that I wanna cover is that a lot of people talk about My Leads Gen Secret and say, okay, it's co-registration leads. They are trying to do something on the back end, which is, it might be shady. All these kind of questions come up at different stages and points of people's journey. Guys, it's simple. Okay, they have partners. Yes, they're co-op leads. Okay, yes, they're co-op leads. Yes, they generate from about 10 different partners. These 10 different partners, we don't know who these 10 different partners are. If you want to ask more details, contact the My Leads Gen Secret support and they will help you. But at the end of the day, there's a certain stage where we can complain about things, but if you're not taking action on them, you're not taking action on these leads, then you're not going to make the results. Another thing related to it, because of maybe people's experience in the past, some people have told me also, but I've been getting good clicks and opens, but I haven't been getting any sales. When you don't get sales from a Facebook ad, when you don't get sales from anything that you're paying for, the fault is in the Facebook algorithm to give you traffic, or the fault is in your advertising or maybe sales copy or something like that? That's the question I would ask yourself. Okay, because people think that these services are going to make them sales, but the reality is we are marketers and our conversions are based on our efforts. If you are taking ChatGPT generated copy and just copy pasting it literally into My Leads Gen Secret, by now I want you guys to again use your brain for specifically this understanding. When you're writing copy for email marketing and you just copy paste from AI to your email and send, what happens there? AI is now in the public space for at least 3 years, more than that actually, but at least 3 years. In these 3 to 4 years, or even in these 3 to 4 years, what has happened? People have got exposure to AI much more. Therefore, they know how to spot. If you share with me an email, I will be able to tell you immediately whether it's AI or not, just from the sound of how it's been written, not even from grammatical errors, just on how the email is constructed. You might say, no, it's not wow. It's because on a daily basis, I use AI in my day job. I use AI, ChatGPT and everything else on a daily basis. So therefore, I can recognize certain things because I see it more often. It's just a habit, right? And now imagine the public, how much they are seeing this. Again, now put yourself in the shoes of specifically people on My Leads Gen Secret. How in these last 3-4 years, whatever it is, how much do you think they are watching, seeing, and understanding which emails are AI or not? Therefore, I'm gonna now go to the topic where this is the most important thing. Are templates the best, or swipes the best thing? Swipes are great for content. Swipes are not great for email copy. For example, with My Leads Gen Secret. So if you get My Leads Gen Secret, for example, and you want to get master, I think they have the master swipe or something like that. I personally would not get it because they're quite it's not adapted for today's day and age. That's all. Maybe it worked in the past, but it's really not adapted for today's day and age. Therefore, I would suggest taking those as a good basis to start with the content that they have, and then using that content to start to generate better emails. If you want to learn more about this entire email to AI prompting and stuff like that, I do have a course which I will leave it in the description of this video in case you're interested. Okay. Oh, that being said, guys, if you liked what I'm sharing with you in this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. I post 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Monday, I talk about specifically My Leads Gen Secret and just the strategy, step 1 of the strategy, which is an outreach method. And then on Wednesday, I geek out, talk about tools, anything under the sun with regards to technology. And then on a Friday, I specifically talk about strategy. Okay, I'm keeping it at like this because my mind is able to function in this manner and I can train you guys the right way. Let's get into it. So subscribe button and bell notification below. Lastly, I would say, like, don't blame yourself. Basically, the rant that I'm going on right here is, don't blame yourself that you are not getting results, or I mean, My Legion Secret is not getting you the results, or your emails are getting opens and clicks but they're not getting actual sales. Well, is your copy resonating with the copy that's there on the sales page? Is the offer a high converting offer? Most of the times I know people who are using ClickBank offers, and I know that they're high converting offers, but maybe the messaging in their email compared to what they have to share on the sales page is not the right one. I'll give you an example. In ClickBank, you have options like chat, live chat jobs, or write app reviews. Guys, if you go to the affiliate page there, and you see landing pages, they have about, if I'm not mistaken, I think around maybe 20 to 30 landing pages. And they're pretty much like flyers. They're promotional landing pages. Now, let's say you write an email related to that promotional landing page, but your email is a story. Now you have more potential if you send them to the promotional landing page that you've told them the story and say, here's what I found, here, go and get it, for example, right? So if you see on that kind of an email a high open and click through rate, I presume that you will make a sale from that. I'm saying presume because you have to test your audience. That's the first thing. The second thing is, a lot of people think that, oh, David, I get your AI training. Oh, David, I do this. I'm listening to you. I'm writing better emails, but I'm not making sales. Simply put, you do have to understand that, let's say that you spent the last 6 months, maybe a year, maybe more, writing not so good emails. Your audience has been diluted over time. Let's say that you're only sending to everybody on your email list, and you're not sending to only as I do, only to the 9,000 new people that come every single day, because I keep it fresh that way. A combination of this is that either people have seen your emails for too long and they don't believe in them, but they're like, let's see whether he's changing offers. Because I do that as well. Okay, so you have to really enter the shoes of your customer. So they check whether you have changed or not offers. So maybe that's why the opens and clicks are there, but the sales are not there. If you stick to that one offer, if you stick to that credibility, people start to look at it way more. Another myth that people think is that, oh, I should add many links, I should add many things. Simplicity is much better. So if you have 1 or 2 links and that's it, you are definitely getting more. It's volume, quality over quantity, right? You're getting more quality clicks to the product or service. You'll get more realistic results. You won't get just instant buys, you get more realistic results. All of these things are actually what I've been doing in order for me to generate about $300 to $500 every single month with just one account. I don't have multiple accounts to do multiple things. I mean, I do have a second account, but that second account is just for ClickBank. So I don't promote ClickBank on both. I promote from one account ClickBank and one account WirexApp. So 300 per account. Let me put it that way. That's what I'm doing right now. Why am I doing that? Because I'm paying attention to the content of the email, to not making sure that it is, yes, generated maybe by ChatGPT, but it's not, or AI, but it's not copy pasted from AI. Rather, it's created by AI, edited by myself, and that way, while everybody is zigging, I'm zagging. You understand? Because people are sending so many AI-based emails that the slight changes that I make to my email that makes it more personal than my own, guess what? The less lazy I am, the more income I make. That's personally how I see it. Okay, and the results are showing for itself. So if you have any questions regarding My Legion Secret, please do let me know. I wanted to just tell you like what it solved for me in this video. I wanted to be more than like kind of a review or something like that. I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. I feel that a lot of myths in this strategy. People think that I'm hyping it up sometimes, but I'm not. I'm keeping it actually as down to earth as possible. These are results that I'm making. My AI prompts are definitely in the right space. So if you do decide to get My Legion Secret under me, I don't mind obviously sharing my strategy with you. Unfortunately, the AI prompts, I will not be able to share it with you absolutely for free. You can get it if you want, because it's not just for My Legion Secret, it's also for pins, blogs, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a live AI prompting document that I share with my students, because I want to get them the best results. Okay, and this is how I'm personally doing it. You can find strategies that work or don't work, but at the end of the day, you as a marketer are the only one responsible for the results that you can get, not the tools. Okay, the tools will do what you ask them to do, but the direction is got by you. Hope this is clear. Guys, if you have any questions related to the strategy, again, all my resources, tools, everything I use in my online journey is in the description of this video. Feel free to check that out. On Wednesday, we'll talk about 3 top tips for specifically how I create these YouTube videos, how I use VidIQ, which is a tool that I'm using. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about blogging. I'm looking up on screen because I have my whole schedule here. And on Friday, we're going to be talking about blogging. So I'm very excited about that because I personally started it recently. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Tune in on Wednesday, tune in on Friday. And other than that, just keep paving the way for your dreams to come true one day at a time. It is possible. Have a great day. I'm going to see you guys on the next one.